Good morning. I'm with Jim Steyer this morning, CEO of Common Sense Media, and we're getting ready for a great discussion today about children and media and a new report on media use by children 0 to 8. And Jim, I'm just wondering for the folks watching if you could share a little bit about the history of Common Sense Media and what your mission is.
Well, we founded Common Sense Media about 8 years ago in order to serve three basic purposes. First and foremost, we wanted to provide sort of this consumer reports guide of media from a kids and family perspective. So we rate and review every movie, TV, video game, website, app, you name it. We really are the big player in that space, have about 100 million users over the course of a year. And the idea is to make it possible for parents, educators, and young people to make good media decisions. So that's the first part of the mission. The second part is to give kids a big, strong, and powerful voice in the media and technology decisions that are shaping their lives today. So we're a widely respected advocacy organization, and in fact much of today's presentation will focus on the impact of media on kids in the 0 to 8 age range. And the third thing is that we are really now an education organization because we provide digital literacy and digital citizenship curriculum in about 20,000 schools in the United States. So we always say at Common Sense that we rate, educate, and advocate. And that's really the core of why we founded the organization and why we've built it into what it is today.
That's fabulous. So you have a whole teacher component to the materials you have available online?
We have a big education component in the organization now. We actually built a K through 12 curriculum around digital literacy, which helps students obviously, but also teachers and parents deal with the technology and digital media platforms that are everywhere in today's lives. Mm-hmm. And that's a big part of our schools program. We have staff who work all across the country and in about some of the major school districts, and we actually have offices in New York, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and then people who work for us in Nebraska, Maine, Denver, Colorado, Chicago, Illinois. These are all in schools delivering curriculum around digital literacy, which is a big part of the world that kids are growing up in today.
Wow, that's fabulous. So give some examples how families can use Common Sense Media.
Well, families can use Common Sense Media in several different ways. First of all, you can go to commonsense.org and find the review of any kind of media or technology thing you want. You can also go on your iPhone or your Android phone and find an app that will also find any review of virtually any kind of media or technology content. You can, if you are in one of the 20,000 plus schools that has now joined Common Sense Media and uses our curriculum, you can go use that curriculum because the teachers will teach it in your school. And if you're a citizen who cares about issues like privacy, for example, then you can go to commonsense.org and join the leading independent nonpartisan organization in the country that's going to advocate on behalf of kids' privacy.
Great. Well, I know we're getting ready for an event. Just to wrap with one last question.
Sure.
What are some of the short-term or maybe longer-term plans as well for Common Sense Media when you look at the opportunities of engaging families and keeping them informed about kids and media?
Well, we want to put Common Sense in every school in the United States. I mean, if you look at the education program, the growth has been pretty remarkable. And as we've been discussing, digital media is 24/7 today in kids' lives. Whether it should be or not, it is. It's a reality. And so the education program is just growing by leaps and bounds. And I think that you're going to see some form of digital literacy curriculum in every school in the United States in the next few years. And we hope to be at the center of helping make that happen. I think we'll also now be next year launching a new educational rating system, which is going to rate digital media content, specifically apps and websites, for their quote-unquote educational value. Because many people are now building products, particularly for smartphones and for iPads and devices like that, which they claim to be educational. And there's no rating system out there that actually judges them through strict, rigorous criteria, and we're developing a new educational rating criteria for that. And I think you're going to see a lot more stuff from Common Sense on your mobile devices. So if you're a parent or a teacher or a young person and you want the information about the latest movie or video game or website or app at your fingertips, you're going to be able to get it from Common Sense on virtually any mobile device. So that's the big growth that I think will happen. And then over the next couple of years, you'll probably see us go global with the stuff too. We're already in about 100 different countries around the world, and I think we'll take a more strategic approach to that as well over the next few years.
Wow, wonderful. Jim, thank you very much for your time. I wish you a successful event today.
Thanks a lot. Good to see you. It's the big